Okay, today we are playing a game on Nepal. The average SR of this game was 1,152, and we will be playing 1 round as Tracer and 2 rounds as D.Va. And our current team comp is completely worthless because of the SR range that we're in. Team comp in general doesn't really matter that much until you get into the higher SRs. It really doesn't matter in, like, bronze SR range, because no one knows how to play their hero. The only thing that matters is, do you have a healer? We do have a healer. Is it Mercy? No. But we have a healer. That's really all that matters, because a bronze Mercy isn't going to be that good at Mercy anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. But Mercy's so easy to play. Yes, Straw Man, and yet people still are bad at her. It's amazing, isn't it? It's almost like just because a hero is mechanically easy to play doesn't mean they're necessarily easy to play. Anyway, let's start the game. So we're on Shrine to start with. Not my favorite map, which is obviously Village. So we're playing Tracer. Good map to play Tracer on. All of the King of the Hill maps are, basically. And we've encountered D.Va and Mercy in a very unusual location. Like, I wouldn't expect to find these people here. So us shooting the D.Va right here is doing basically nothing because she has Mercy tethered to her. All we're really doing right now is giving Mercy ult charge. We're getting some ult charge as well. We've farmed half of our ult off of D.Va, but Mercy has probably also farmed half of her ult off of D.Va, and Mercy's ult is better than our ult. We should just switch over to try and kill the Mercy instead, because, you know, Mercy is a very high priority target, as the healer typically is in general. And we've managed to kill the Mercy. She didn't even seem to realize we were actually here until it was too late, because she did eventually push GA. So, we're, generally not really staying very mobile. This is a recurring thing that I had noticed during the, Tracer round. We just kind of hang around and, like, walk around, and we are sitting at, like, full blinks a lot, which is just kind of not really taking advantage of Tracer's mobility, because the idea basically is that you spend, like, a second drilling into somebody with your left click, and then you spend about a second reloading. So the idea is, you just drill into them, reload, blink while you're reloading, so you're doing something during the period of downtime. And because you're reloading while you're blinking, also it gives you more time to adjust your aim while you're blinking. Because what a lot of people do is they blink, and then they adjust their aim afterwards, but the goal is sort of to blink and already be aiming where you need to be. But if you're reloading while you're blinking, you've got the extra time as well to adjust your aim. So we have Pulse Bomb right now, and we'd like to stick this on Mercy, because you know how it is, basically. Mercy's running away. Don't bother meleeing right here, because it's not going to finish her, and all it does is cancel your reload. The only reason you want to melee to finish somebody off. If the melee isn't going to finish somebody off, just finish the reload instead, because you're going to need it to actually kill them. So, I would just stick the Moira here, because she's actually fairly predictable, or easy to hit, I should say, while using, Coalescence, because she can't actually do anything funky to try and dodge you. And Genji cuts us in the end, so it doesn't matter. And they end up killing our entire team, so it wouldn't have really mattered. I just stick the Moira right there, though. We can cancel her ultimate. Pulse Bomb is basically just for getting quick kills on squishy people, so if you can cancel an ultimate at the same time, that's just bonus, basically. Or just otherwise still stick it on Mercy. Pulse Bomb is one of those ultimates where once you've built it up, you really want to use it as quick as possible. I mean, this is true of all ultimates. All ultimates you're trying to use as quickly as possible so you can start building your next one. But Pulse Bomb doesn't really have much application other than picking people off, and it charges very quickly. So you just want to throw it out there as quickly as possible. Now, try not to do a long throw like that, though. Also, like, we've already almost killed Mercy by this point, but, well, okay, she takes a bit of damage after we've already thrown it. Never mind. Because I was just looking at her at, like, 25 health, and I was like, we didn't even need to throw it, but no, she took a spike after we threw it. The Tracer's got the weakest throwing arm in the entire game. Fucking 70-year-old Anna's got the fucking pitch of the gods, but Mercy does this, Tracer, rather, does this fucking weak underarm lob. It does absolutely nothing. Just, like, blink up to somebody and just, like, squish the pulse bomb onto their face. It's really easy to hit somebody with it if you're basically touching them. Imagine if Tracer had a decent throwing arm. Imagine if she could pitch like Anna could. She'd be so much better. Not that Tracer needs to be any better. So we're in the Graviton, which is tragic for Tracer because Graviton disables your movement ability. So even though it feels like you should have so many ways to get out, nope, movement abilities are disabled in Graviton. So we do manage to blink away afterwards and pick up a health kit. However, most of our team are not so lucky and they're dead right now. So there's not really very much we can do. We can poke at people and try to build up some ult charge, but seeing as most of our team are respawning, the best we can do is just kind of annoy people right now. So Mercy actually starts rezzing somebody and we don't manage to kill her, which is unfortunate. Basically, we, again, if the punch isn't gonna kill them, don't bother, just reload instead, because if instead of punching her right there, we take the second to reload, we could just drill into her and kill her, because once we actually start firing off 4 bullets left in the chamber, which isn't really enough to kill Mercy. If the punch isn't gonna kill him, it's not worth it. You're better off just continuing to shoot or reloading and then shooting afterwards. So we're currently after this Junkrat. Junkrat's very scary to approach as Tracer, and really we want to try and get Mercy instead. Zarya is a scary person to try and stick unless you know her bubble is down, because otherwise you end up doing nothing to the Zarya. And honestly, try not to stick tanks if at all possible, because it's very it doesn't really kill any tank straight up except Zarya, but Zarya can push shift, so you have to be scared of that instead. The point of the pulse bomb is basically that it's a guaranteed pick or close to on a squishy target, because you stick a Mercy, it doesn't matter if she uses Valkyrie, unless like Divine Providence and a Zarya saves her, she dies, right? The benefit is, because no tank really dies to Pulse Bomb unless you can know that you can do follow-up damage or they're already like half health when you stick them. It's better just spent on the squishies. So a lot of our team are currently dead again. We feel very unfocused during this fight. We switch targets a lot, and we don't really seem like we have much of a clear goal in mind. The goal should be basically, I'm trying to kill Mercy. Or I'm trying to kill Moira. I'm trying to kill the supports is basically what our objective is. So we know Genji's using Dragon Blade right now because we just heard it. So we have to be ready to push recall at a moment's notice. Because as soon as he cuts you, that's almost your entire health bar. So you gotta be ready to recall as soon as it happens. So, we lose that round though. In general, we don't spend much time focusing the supports. We feel really unfocused. And, you know, there's mechanical, like, aim better stuff in there, but that's not super helpful. Pick a target, bully that target. Generally, it's going to be a support, but it can just be the backline. Try to ignore tanks. And the only time you really fight a tank is if there's nothing better for you to be doing at the time, because if there's nothing better for you to be doing, you can just bully a tank and generate some ult charge off of them. But if you can get to the backline and start killing them instead, do that, because killing the backline is more impactful than bullying the tank, basically. And just, like, don't switch targets so much. Pick one person and bully the fuck out of them. So, now we're playing D.Va for the rest of the game. Sudden change in hero. We're suddenly a very hard-to-kill hero, but kind of does the same thing, you know, bullies people around. So, Genji's doing this. He wasn't allowed to do that. We actually managed to kill a Genji as D.Va, which is a fairly rare occurrence, honestly. Then we managed to kill Moira. Zarya's a little scary, but she's got no charge right now, so we don't have to be afraid of her, actually. We can just, like, keep fighting her, because there's nobody actually here right now, right? Like, we've killed Moira, and, like, yeah, Zarya's shooting us right now, but Mercy's tethered to us, and Zarya's got no charge. We can just start killing the Zarya instead. Now, up in the kill feed, we have just noticed, however, that Genji has been revived, which means that Genji is behind us, because we killed him over there. So we do have to be worrying about him trying to kill our Mercy. But you can see Mercy's health when she's tethered to you, so we can see that she is currently not being bullied at all. And here's Genji, so now that's definitely not going to be happening. And slowly but surely we kill them all. We also have a Winston on our team, so he can kill the Genji. Easy peasy. They're all dead. We've almost got self-destruct built up quite quickly, actually. Now, self-destruct isn't the greatest ultimate in the world, but we do almost have it, so that's cool. Winston shouldn't be doing that. He's just, he's going in right now. Here's Genji. He's not allowed to be doing this. He's dead now. Like, what was the goal? Like, what was the idea, right? What's he think he is gonna do here? Does he think he's just gonna run onto the point, all 6 people are not gonna notice him, and he's gonna manage to capture the point completely uncontested? No. This is a very common thing I've observed in low SRs. People want to touch the objective just for the sake of touching the objective. Well, we gotta fight on the point because otherwise how are we gonna win the game? Here's the thing though. You have to actually kill the team, right? It's not enough to touch the point. It's not enough to occupy space. You have to dominate the space, because if you only occupy the space and the enemy team also occupies the space, you make no progress towards capturing the objective, and therefore no progress towards actually winning the game. You have to actually dominate the space, and just rushing onto the point to touch it for the sake of touching it does not help you dominate that space. It usually just gets you killed. If you can control the area around the point, you usually end up controlling the point as well. It is, because then you just sort of slowly tighten the net, right, and kill them. So we've gone very far out right now, which we shouldn't really be doing, but we are playing D.Va and we have self-destruct, so we're kind of hard to kill. And these people are in bronze. Like, they're not going to kill us very quickly, and then when we pop out as baby D.Va, they probably won't even kill us then. Genji shouldn't be doing that. He's like 3 health when he pulls out that Dragon Blade. Like, look at this boy. What's it, like, he's got no clue what he's doing. He's seen Seagull, he's seen these great Dragon Blade plays, and he's like, my time! Let's go! Oh no, she dashed away from me. Oh god, I didn't have the reset to follow her, and then D.Va killed me. D.Va out here standing perfectly still, which is a faux pas in general. Junkrat, like, let's go! Trying to run directly through the D.Va, it doesn't work. This is why your team comp is irrelevant when you're in bronze. Like, did you see what they just did right there? It doesn't matter. Mercy's over, like, they've got a Mercy. Their Mercy's fucking dead because she was up here all by her lonesome. Zarya's chucking this in by herself. We don't need to use self-destruct here because there's nobody here to actually take advantage of this self-destruct. The only person here, to take advantage of this Graviton, rather. The only person here with Zarya is... who is it, even? It's their D.Va. Like, it's irrelevant. The worst thing that happens right here is D.Va throws her mech in here to self-destruct as well, in which case our self-destruct doesn't stop that, so we might as well just hold on to the self-destruct. They're unlikely to actually take advantage of that Graviton by themselves. So Genji was here again, touching the point for the sake of touching the point. He's dead again now. Shocking, I know. What a startling change of pace. This is a very rare occurrence. We actually managed to punch a tire to death. I've only ever seen that happen once before. And, yeah, Junkrat's really upset about that. That's the kind of thing that tilts you for the rest of the night, honestly, right there. So, they kind of have to touch the point or lose right now, but what's actually going to happen is just they're not going to touch the point at all and they're going to lose. So, you know, that's cool. Worked out great. This is why your team comps are relevant in bronze. Like, do you see what they're doing? They basically didn't have a team comp because they kept running at us like a couple people at a time because... you know, that's what happens in low SI. Your team staggers mad hard, and they don't know how to play their hero. Did you see that Genji? Did you see that Genji? He's got no idea how to play that hero. But God, does he want to make the plays. Here he is right now, trying to make the plays. We should just dive on that Genji and kill him, honestly. I've gone forward instead of backwards, because, like, this Genji, he's bad. Genji players are very easy to tilt. Let's kill this Genji and tilt him even more right now. So... this is a pro tip. If the enemy team has a hero on it that is very prone to tilting, like Genji, Widowmaker, Mercy, bully the fuck out of that person, and they will get tilted. And as we all know, the team that tilts first is the team that loses. So we're like backing off these people right here, even though there's no reason to do so. There's nothing here threatening. We can just keep going in and pressuring the Mercy instead, because there's nothing here is actually scary to us. There's a Zarya at 0 charge and 2 supports, and that's it. we can just keep going in and trying to bully the Mercy instead. Now we're dashing in to try and kill the Zarya. Zarya is too far up, so we might as well kill her. D.Va is also very good at killing tanks, because she has dual automatic infinite ammo shotguns, so she's pretty good at killing tanks. Now we're fighting this Moira, and it's going to take us 1 trillion years to kill this Moira, but it will also take her 1 trillion years to kill us. It's basically you might as well not bother, you might as well just go do something else, because all that ends up happening is you and Moira end up wasting a huge amount of time. Because she can just bounce the healing orb around in there, and, like, you'll never kill her, she'll never kill you, but, like, it's not gonna work. Mercy shouldn't be doing this, like, that's... No. So, we've got self-destruct now, that's cool. Here comes D.Va. D.Va shouldn't be doing this, but she is. We're gonna bully her now, and she's gonna die, and what's she gonna do about it? Absolutely nothing, because she's coming in 1v6. No, she's dead now. Zarya came in with her, and she died as well. Here comes Reinhardt. Oh, God. He pinned us, though. It's okay. We shouldn't dash away from him, because this boy's out of position. We might as well... Like, we got both our healers here. We got self-destruct. This boy's not gonna kill us. We got pinned, yeah. It's only half your health. And, like, it takes Reinhardt a while to kill D.Va. Like, we can just stay there and honestly, like, shoot him to death, because he's all by himself. It's alright, though. He chose to do that, so he died anyway, because he's, like... Swing. Great idea. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna bat the fucking bomb into our spawn or something? That'd be pretty sick, honestly, if you could just fucking baseball, like, Smash Brothers home run bat enemy D.Va's ult away. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually work that way. That'd be so sick. Imagine if it worked with, like, Junkrat's tire as well. Just, like, pitch it back at the Junkrat. Oh, that'd be great. It never happened, but God, it would be sick. So, like, we're losing our mech right now, but, like, they're all losing their lives, so it kinda isn't the end of the world, really. Here we're doing a lot of, I've pushed a button I wasn't allowed to push. Oh no, what a disaster. Yeah, like, a lot of shit happens. In this kind of in the kind of situation where, like, you're shooting at a Reinhardt and the Reinhardt behind the shield is almost dead, just, like, stop shooting for half a second, walk through the shield, and resume shooting, because then you'll kill him. You do move slower while you're shooting. So we're doing a lot of, like, spazzing out right here, but, like, we're not actually doing anything to dodge. This is one of those things where, like, you can take the dodging too far, and, like, spaz out on the keys so much that you're not actually moving anywhere. We're basically staying in, like, the same location, crouching and uncrouching. You've got to make sure you get, like, a little bit of movement in there. Yeah, the goal is to keep it short and sharp so that you're more unpredictable, but, like, you can take it too far and not move anywhere. So, Pharah wasn't allowed to do that, but she did choose to do it. God, bronze people are really bad at the video game, aren't they? So, Junkrat tried to use his tire. It's gone now. They're not going to reach the point in time. Oh no, somebody managed to slip by and actually start touching the point. I don't know who it was, but someone managed to slip by and start touching the point. And, unfortunately, now we've all been caught in this. You know, you can try and predict the Graviton and eat it as D.Va, but it's gonna be a problem, because, yeah, you don't have exactly a huge window of opportunity for that one. Again, if you're, like, shooting at a Reinhardt in general, and, like, he's the one you're choosing to shoot, just, like, stop shooting for half a second, walk through the shield, and resume shooting, so you're actually hitting the Reinhardt. Here, we actually could have tried to bump him off, because he gets bumped over there, and our booster comes off, cooldown at the exact same time. So we can, like, do this. We can go like this, hang a right, and just push him into the pit and kill him right here. D.Va's bump is very hard to actually kill people with, but if you can bump someone into a pit and kill them, hey, they're fucking dead, right? And then he wouldn't be there to block that explosion. Granted, he almost lost his shield anyway, but, pushing somebody into the pit and getting a kill for it is, like, really sick, because it's just, like, easy kill, 100-0. So we've lost our mech right now, very scary. They have a Pharah out there, very scary. We don't want to die, because when we die as D.Va, if we die as baby D.Va, we effectively extend our respawn period, like, way long. Because the thing with call mech is if you call it reasonably quickly, you respawn way faster, because respawning takes 10 seconds just to be alive again, plus however long it actually takes you to get back to the objective again, right? This is the entire time you spend respawning is the respawn plus time it takes to get back. So if you can get call back relatively quickly, like say within 10 seconds, which is not unreasonable, probably 5 to 7 is probably the average amount of time it takes, then you've effectively reduced your respawn by 10 seconds, because it takes 10 seconds to respawn, usually takes 5 seconds to get back to the point, so if it takes 5 seconds, you reduce your respawn timer by 10 seconds. But if you're walking around as Baby D.Va for 10 seconds, and then you die, you have added 10 seconds to your respawn period, because you're not really a hero when you're Baby D.Va. So the moral is we really don't want to die, and we just want to get our mech back as quickly as possible. Now, the thing is with Baby D.Va, is her weapon is extremely long range, it has no fall-off damage, the projectiles are pretty fast, it is projectile, but really long range. At this point, we don't want to be close to people, you're better off going out this doorway, because then you can just kind of peek out here and shoot at anybody, basically. Usually you just shoot at a tank, because they're easy to hit and they're easy to generate ult charge off of. But we've got more space to work with over here. Over here, we're peeking this corner, really close to their team. Now, we don't get punished for it, but it'd be even harder to get punished if we peek that corner over there. So we just saw our Winston throw himself off the edge of the map, so great job. And McCree also died. So, here, as soon as we see, D.Va appear right next to us, just, back way the fuck up and try to shoot the D.Va. She does get, bubbled, which is unfortunate, but that's, free ult charge on a D.Va, usually. And we got our mech back. Unfortunately, half our team are dead right now, so we can't really do very much about it. We're coming around, this is just an example of touching the point for the sake of touching the point. Because our team most of our team are dead right now. So, we've got Mercy here with us, and Winston actually manages to get back. But, oh god, unfortunately we got pinned before we could actually... We got pinned so we couldn't eat that barrage, which is very unfortunate. But we're, touching the point for the sake of touching the point. It takes them a while to kill us, and our team actually manages to get back in time, but we should have just, backed out, waited for our team to actually be back again, and then engaged. And then we could have probably been in a better position to eat that, barrage, because we would have, if we just backed out, we would have been in a different position, and getting pinned like that is just very unlucky. So if just, the slightest thing changed, we probably wouldn't have gotten pinned. Granted, we'll never know, happened in an alternate timeline, but... so killing somebody through Mercy's beam is usually really hard, but the Mercy just kind of fucks off and leaves her, so easy money, I guess. I'm not a big fan of lobbing the bomb onto the objective because it tends to not get very much done, especially when the enemy team has a Reinhardt. But as their Reinhardt has shown us, he isn't very good. So he dies along with Farah, and we end up winning the game. Easy money. People in bronze are really bad, Did you see that Genji? Did you see that Genji? Right? Jesus Christ. I remember it like it was yesterday. Memories. Maybe he thought that Winston's bubble would protect him, but it's our Winston's bubble. So, things that stand out in this game. With Tracer, we already talked about it, unfocused, mechanical stuff, whatever. Don't cancel your reload unless you know that the melee is going to kill the person, otherwise just reload and keep shooting the person. D.Va, honestly, the enemy team are fucking around so much, it's hard to actually, take that much meaningful information out of it. But, make sure your team are with you, basically, is, the big one. Pay attention to the kill feed. Knowing who is alive and who is dead is very important information. And the kill feed is a very easy way to know who has died, so keep track of it. If, 2 people on your team are dead, just don't bother fighting, right? This is the rule I usually go by. If 2 people on your team are dead, or you're down 2 people relative to the enemy team, you are probably going to lose the team fight. Often, sometimes just being down 1 person is enough, because, you lose your Mercy right at the start of a team fight, you probably lose the team fight. But If you're down 2 people, it's definitely over. Unless, like, something unbelievably miraculous happens, you're gonna lose that fight. Just back out, wait for your team to regroup, and then regroup and start pushing in. It's very easy to stagger yourself as D.Va, because D.Va just takes a long time to kill. You can end up staggering yourself accidentally, just by being hard to kill. So, don't make that situation even worse and start fighting when your team are not there, because then you're way more likely to get staggered, and really bad. Just make sure your team are there with you. The enemy team was fucking around so much, it's really hard to, like, get that much out of the D.Va section, because, like, fucking hell, did you see the village round? Like, did you see that, Genji? Anyway, so, I don't think there was anything in the email. Let me just check really quick. I was negative 500 SR, now I'm at 1,200. I mean, that's still a lot of SR to climb, right? Like, that's still almost, so if you're, like, less than 500, and now you're at 1,200, that's a lot, so, congratulations on climbing that much SR. Like, climbing 1,000 SR or close to is a fucking lot of SR to climb, so even if you're still in bronze at the end of it, like, that's still a very large number increase, so congratulations on that. And, honestly, like, watching the game, way better than your average bronze player. Like, did you see the Genji? That was your average bronze player. Way better than your average bronze player, so, you know, keep at it. You'll climb. Good luck. When was this sent? This is a fairly long time ago I got this. 9 days ago? Yeah, you might be in silver, or, coming up on gold by now, honestly. Because watching the game, like, is it perfect? No, of course not. No game is perfect, but, it's better than I'd expect a bronze player to be. If you need reference, Genji. So, no question though. So, thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.